Hi, welcome to the Kate Show. With me today is Julius Bennett. How's it going, Julius?
It's going pretty good. How are you doing?
Good. So how did you get into martial arts?
Well, I got into martial arts from finally following a passion of something I've wanted to do for a while, and like any consumer does some research on the internet and look for different places, and I finally got in touch with a jewelry studio. At the time was owned by Master Anwar, and went in for a lesson, and from there on got hooked, and eventually I brought my niece in as well to start training too, and so from there I just started training and loved it ever since.
That's awesome. So how long have you been practicing?
I would say about close to about 10 years now.
Cool.
Just about.
Did you expect to wind up doing stunt work?
I did not.
So, well, how did you get into doing stunt work?
Well, it was by Alfred Guy. Of course, trained with him through martial arts as well, and something that I know he'd been working on, and asked other individuals if they could help out. I always put announcements, say we're working on this, anybody wants to be an extra or help out with stunt work and such things like that. And so I had the time to do it, and was able to come along and participate and provide my martial arts abilities to do the stunt work for some of the films I've been working on.
Nice. And what do you like about doing stunt work for films?
Well, it gives you another chance to showcase some of the martial arts that you've learned as well. Just see how things are put together through making some of the films and movies, of how, to carefully conduct and put together scenes as you integrate the martial arts or the fight scenes and such things like that. So, to the whole part of the action and the safety of it all, it's quite interesting to see how it's all put together.
Yeah, it is. It's sort of like orchestrated, like you say. It's like a symphony almost of like movement and everything. Mm-hmm. It is. It's neat. What do you find challenging about doing stunts for movies?
I wouldn't say I'm not too sure really. I mean, a lot of it's usually planned out pretty good. I think maybe the challenging parts is just waiting till your time for it to go. Most of the time, everything is all, the safety is always optimal, of course, with especially working with Alfred. He's going to make sure everything is safe, which we all appreciate. But other than that, it's never too challenging. I guess it's just being patient and waiting for your time to actually shoot the scene and maybe reshoot it over and over again. But it's always enjoyable, though. Always
That's
have a good
cool.
time.
So it comes pretty naturally to you then.
I guess so.
So, how did you get into acting then? So, did you have any acting experience prior to working with Alfred?
Never had any acting experience really. I would say mainly through high school. I did more of performing arts or a show choir and things like that. So I, known for doing singing and dancing, such things like that. Was part of a group called the Youngstown Connection, which it took just a few of the talented individuals out of every high school, and they would go do shows. And there was at one time they would do the Macy's Parade, Thanksgiving. One year they did the D-Day anniversary over there in Normandy, and so we'd travel around and do different shows. And so that's, I guess, would be part of I've got into somewhat of acting or whatever. But besides some of the school plays here and there, really never did any acting consistently or professionally.
That's interesting. So when did you realize then that you have a gift for comic timing?
Comic timing. Let's see. Let's go back probably around second grade. We were. It's funny. I had to think about that beforehand. I remember it was at the school, and they were doing some kind of filming there in the library. And it was for our class, and we were there, and we were all talking. And then after they finished, I forget, I said some line of cut or that's a wrap, folks, or something like that. So I wouldn't say it was always the best time to maybe display some comedy at all, but it was just, I guess it just comes naturally. And then even throughout school, I would just tell stories of at lunchtime of things that were going on with me, and they were serious stories. Everyone else found them funny. They weren't funny to me. I guess it's just the way I delivered them. The punishment that was possibly dealt to me from the things that I've done. Others found it funny, but so I guess it was comedy to them. So there you have it.
Yeah, because you are really funny, and you're funny on screen and everything too. And in fact, in Ready for Action, your character Jazz, that started out a very small part for you, and it got expanded because like they saw you doing it, like you were acting alongside Avery Guy in that, and you guys were really funny together. And the movie that you worked on before that, Luana Lee 4, you were pretty like serious. Well, I don't think you had any lines in that movie, but you were very serious and like a very stoic bartender.
Oh, of course, I just one of the many parts of Julius. That comes about. So I can be that, or I can be just loose and carefree, or I can be very serious and right down to earth. It depends on however I feel like doing it that day.
Nice. So I guess that is how Jazz is similar to how you are in real life. That your character in Ready for Action.
I guess so.
I mean, well, how else is that character similar to how you are in real life?
Well, I don't go around beating up people. I would say I'm more of a gentleman rather than Jazz. There was one part there with was it Jennifer Rouse, and she was trying to break into the building there, and Jazz went over there and said, hey, turn around. As me, as Julius, I would probably say, hey, excuse me, man, do you need help getting inside the building? Move aside, let me help you get in there. I wouldn't attack her or beat her up and such things like that.
Yeah.
So there's some differences between Jazz and Julius.
That's funny. So what kind of roles do you hope to get in the future?
I don't know. I mean, I'm open up to anything, really. I think I can do from anything from very serious or to funny or not funny or dramatic, whatever it may be. So I'm up to anything, really. It's always fun, I think, to see what you can do yourself and put on a different character as needed. So
cool. So you like the idea of like experimenting with different characters and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I would say so.
That's
definitely
neat. So do you have a funny story from the set that you would like to share with us?
See, a funny story from the set. From the last one we were shooting, there was one where it was myself and Avery, and we were trying to say, I think it was, ready for action, and we couldn't get the timing quite right. And so, part of it was funny, part of it I was like, okay, come on, or we just count to 3 and just do ready for action. So one would do it at a different time, and we just could not, mesh up with counting down from 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3 to say these simple words, ready for action. And a fight almost broke out. You guys don't know it, but no, I'm just kidding. It was so I think that was one funny thing where we were trying to put together, and I'm not sure if that was made part of a trailer or not, but it was, that was actually us trying to get through saying ready for action at the same time.
My name is Rock.
My name is Jazz, and we're ready for action.
My name is Rock.
My name is Jazz, and we're ready for action.
What are you ready for?
Action.
My name is Rock.
My name is Jazz, and we're ready for action.
I'm saying we're ready for action.
It doesn't sound like. Are you? Is there a temple you want to go? You want to?
My name is Rock.
My name is Jazz, and we're ready for action.
That might have been the moment that they realized, like, dude, these guys are really funny together. I think, yeah.
And I wasn't trying to be funny.
Well, that's the best, though. When you're funny without trying, I mean, that's a true gift.
I guess so.
So, yeah, you're blessed, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So what do you have coming up? What are you going to be working on in the future?
Right now, in the future, I'll be working on Tales of Fixer 3. Supposed to be doing some stunt work and probably other parts to it, so not sure yet completely, but that is what's coming up next. Be working on, besides being a full-time parent.
Well, you don't want to miss that, folks. And that's going to do it for us this week. Thanks for being with us, Julius.
Thanks, Kate. I appreciate it.
And I want you to tune in, turn on Tuesdays, right here on The Kate Show. Thanks for watching. Comment down below if you feel inclined to. We'll see you next week. Ding dong. Is that like Ding Dong the Witch is Dead?